Hi guys, how you doing today? I'm Greg. I am headed out to one of the smaller state parks in Utah. It's only 140 acres large, and it's called Camp Floyd. We're traveling south on Highway 73 through the middle of the Cedar Valley on our way to Fairfield, Utah, where Camp Floyd is located. There it is, Camp Floyd State Park Museum. How you doing? I'm Greg and welcome to today's video. So I am out today at a state park in Utah. These deserts out here was located at the time in 1858, the largest army installation in the entire world at that time. What was the army doing out here in 1858? We're going to explore that today. We've just arrived at Camp Floyd here in Fairfield, Utah, and you can see the signs and the markers behind me, and the old commissary is the building directly behind me. This marker details the establishment of the town of Fairfield in 1855, Camp Floyd in 1858, and served as the Overland Stage and Pony Express station. This marker was built from the stones that made up the barracks and guardhouse at Camp Floyd, the Fairfield Fort Wall, and nearby Indian hieroglyphic stones. A camp in the sagebrush. Established in 1858, Camp Floyd was the largest military post in the United States. It was created to put down a Mormon rebellion, which never took place. With the outbreak of the Civil War in 1861, soldiers were recalled and Camp Floyd was dismantled. Today, little evidence exists of a once thriving camp. As you look at this old photo, it's amazing to think that there were once 350 to 400 buildings here. Today, it is just empty fields. Living conditions at Camp Floyd were hard, as one soldier described. Camp Floyd is one of the most miserable, disagreeable, and uninteresting places that ever disgraced the earth. It is built upon a dry plain, entirely destitute of grass or indeed any vegetation except sage that flourishes where nothing else will grow. There is no water here except a little dirty stream that runs near the west end of the camp, scarcely large enough to drown a mouse. We're walking toward the creek that separated Fairfield from the fields where Camp Floyd existed. Local residents established an entertainment district called Frogtown that tried to separate the soldiers from their money. Frogtown consisted of 17 saloons, brothels, and gambling halls. There's the creek, or Muddy Creek as it was called, very small. We're standing right there, and this is the Muddy Creek right there, and then Johnston's army sits off in this area here. The small stream in front of you once separated Camp Floyd from the town of Fairfield. The commissary building to your left, right there, is believed to be the only original structure remaining from the military camp.
Hi, I'm Chuck Mood. I'm the park ranger here at Camp Floyd State Park, and I've been a park ranger here for 6 years. Here's the creek. Here's the inn. So when they made Camp Floyd, here's what the park is. Camp Floyd was actually on the south side of the creek. But it has a great story and a great part of history that really a lot of people really don't know about. It'll change Utah forever. The Mormons come out here and basically they're fleeing the United States. They've been kicked out of Missouri, they've been kicked out of Illinois, and they move into what was at the time Mexico. Well, then the Mexican-American War turns over large swaths of land to the United States, and now they're back in the United States. And eventually they'll keep on forming, they'll form as a territory. But when you're a territory, all your federal officials are appointed from Washington, D.C. You don't get elected your governor, you don't get elected your judges. So they desperately want to become a state. Because if you're a state, now you can elect your governor, now you can elect your judges. And basically, they don't always get the best quality people here that are appointed. And the judges themselves eventually flee the territory. They don't feel safe. And this will cause President James Buchanan to send 2,500 troops to replace Brigham Young as a territorial governor and install a non-Mormon as a governor. So the territory of Deseret would be much larger than what the actual territory was. It actually had a port that would go down within California, as traditionally was considered the state of Nevada. It had parts of Wyoming in it. And every time they found gold or silver, they got chipped away from Utah.
Next, we're going to visit the Stagecoach Inn, where the Pony Express riders ate their meals. They rented 5 rooms upstairs, plus the Carson family lived there. It was a major stop for the Overland Stagecoach, and its famous guests included Mark Twain and Sir Richard Burton, the famous British explorer. So this first little portion is called the settling Fairfield portion. So it gives us some information about John Carson, who was a Mormon pioneer, and he arrived in this area in 1851. They settled Fairfield. They had a little rock fort built for safety against the Native Americans, but 2 of his brothers were killed in an Indian battle, and so he moved up the road to Cedar Fort for safety. When Johnston's army arrived, then he followed the army back down to Fairfield and saw a business opportunity and ended up building this inn. Whoops, that's why the sign said, watch your step. I read it and then promptly just stumbled off of there. Look at that tub, oh my. So, from what I understand, water would be heated on the stove in buckets and carried right over there. There is an interesting toilet. You can just pull that little lid right up, revealing a hole, and then a little bucket would be placed underneath, and that's how you'd get your business done. Wow, that is one of the original telegraph poles. That's amazing. I'm touching history. Wow. Continental Telegraph consisted of some 41,000 poles. That is remarkable. Only about 19 poles survive today. This pole is one of the remaining 19. Wow. Okay. Stagecoach and Pony Express. It's amazing how much communication improved from 1858 to 61. In 1858, the Overland Stage made the trip from Missouri to San Francisco in 25 days. In 1860, the Pony Express could cover the same distance in 10 days. In 1861, the telegraph could send a message in only 10 seconds. Wow. That's pretty cool. I love miniatures. Let's sign the register. And that's where we started. We came through that door right there. All right, let's go upstairs. Okay, duck our head. Here's another room, and wow, that is a low ceiling. I'll show you where my head hits. Not a lot of clearance right there. What have we got here? Okay, we've got another room, nice and small. Now, what do we have here? Okay, stairs from death. Holy cow, only half my foot fits on these stairs. And then I'm gonna hit my head up above on that thing there. That is a steep set of stairs. I don't know what this room is. Okay, and that's the exit. Imagine the stories this old house could tell. All right, let's go put the drone in the air. We're gonna fly over the creek and fields where Camp Floyd was located. There's a hawk's nest up in the tree there. Whoa, two big prairie falcons just left the nest. Look at them fly. As a young man, I came camping here with Dad and a couple of my brothers, and we camped just right over here. right next to the Camp Floyd Cemetery. So this is part of my history also. It has been a beautiful, hot day, but I loved it. All I've got for you. Thanks for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you in next week's video. Bye-bye.